Okay, let's continue. What I did, I already finished all my tracing of all my motifs, and I unpinned them all. Now I would recommend you to get a box of some sort, some clean box or bag where you can keep this rose, that you will not damage this rose. So we will remove the motif, this motif. And the rest of them we also can remove slowly. So you remember what and where. I would suggest to probably redraw whatever the same on a paper. But for now I have to remember that those three will be on the top. I will put them here. So for now they go on one side. This leaf will be on the right. Those also will be on the right at the bottom. This will be lower. And I will remember where those motifs are. I even traced this kind of, for me, that it will end here. So it's not perfect, but traced everything, so this is for now. And I will remove everything that I don't need at this time. So one more time I will check if my main stem is traced. It's all done. And we will need again a lot of pins. So I will remove first everything for now. And let's look at the picture here. Right in here, if you don't see very well whatever you traced on that side, most of the time this fabric does not bleed too much, or I would say this didn't bleed marker. I took a different marker that is a little bit thicker, and what I will do, I will go and trace main motifs. I will trace this. I will trace this. And I will trace and I will continue tracing. And look why. Because you can see very well on the other side where to put your motifs. Now you will ask me why in the world I do that, but you remember that we crochet in modern Irish crochet, we crochet our background netting when all our motifs are flipped on the wrong side. So if I want my composition 3 leaves be on that side and this part of composition look like that, that means that I have to trace everything, flip my fabric, and place my motifs. So those leaves that were first on that side, they will be in a mirror reflection here. And now I will flip my motifs like that, and I will of course place them where they were here. But this time everything will be upside down. You see, this is the idea. So trace those motifs on this side, and I will trace only where my main cord is going. Then I have rosebud in here. And my stem was this way, and this leaf will be like that. It was laying on that side. It was on top. Then we have stem goes here. Then another rose was here, and another stem, the stem of the leaf. And as you can see, everything now visible on that side. That's what I want. So I redraw everything. This is the stem of the leaf here. The big rose, I will not even trace, I will not touch it. I will know that we will take care of it later. And we will trace the rest of the leaves. And one of the leaves probably will go here somewhere. I think one of those, we will have rose here. We will have rose in here. Right? So the stem of this rose goes underneath. And by the way, your cord and everything will be kind of concentrated in the area where the big rose is supposed to be. So we don't care about the big rose, we just leave it here. And now I'm trying to think, okay, I can take my embroidery hoop and trace the circle one more time with the thicker marker, the one that gives me better picture on the wrong side of the fabric. So we're done here. Now we have our working right side. It's actually wrong side of our picture. We don't need the paper anymore. And so what we will do now, since I told you we have a padding board, on that padding board secure all your motifs, but first secure your fabric. Secure your fabric with pins. This is how I do that. Just make sure that my fabric will not move anywhere. I will have fabric placed in tack. It's not moving. And at the bottom. So that's it. Our fabric is attached, and now we can attach all our motifs, but upside down. So how we do that? Let's do this side, the one that was on that side before. So now it's here. Okay? So by the way, when I remove my leaves from the fabric before, to remember which leaf, which motif goes where, that motif was on the top, this was in the middle, this one here. So they were, I always stack them later, one and the top on the top. You see, like that. Everything in the bottom, then this leaf, then that. That way when I come back here, I will remember that on the top leaf goes here, but now it's wrong side. We turn it in the wrong side, like that. And what we do this time? We pin it. And by the way, we have that flap over here, so make it sure it's flat. And we will pin our motifs. The same way, this leaf in the middle, also make sure that the flap, middle flap that we had, is now flat. Put it upside down and pin. Pin to your padding board your motif. And of course we will pin our leaf. This leaf was touching the stem. I probably should start with the stem, but it's okay. And then this guy, remember on that side it was overlapping my big stem. So first I will, and it's overlapping on that side, it was like this. It goes this way, right? Overlapping my stem. So everything that overlaps something and it was on top now goes on the bottom of your composition. So that leaf was overlapping on the right side our stem. Now it will be under. Like this. Probably not so far. To give it a room there, so I can always move things around. Okay. Okay, so this leaf is done. By the way, I should put the rose. Both roses were here, the big one. And which side you will want it on the front. So first I will put and pin the rosebud itself, and then I will go and pin the by the way, those stems I will leave it for now here. Let's put the trying to remember how it was like that. Actually it doesn't matter because it's a cord. So now you see how cord look like, right? We have the ridge over here. So this ridge you want it to face you. To that ridge we will attach our packing cord. This side or that side doesn't really matter. Choose one you like more. It's really flexible, so pin this way and pin very well that it will not move, and make sure that your ridge of the cord is facing you. Now here's this place where our motif have to be underneath. By the way, when you will do this, make yourself a picture and look at that picture as you construct composition. Okay, like this. Like that. So basically do everything that I do, repeat. If your stem happens to be too long, just curl it right here where the big rose will be, like that. So make sure everything is pinned. So I will stop here my video and we will come back to this video again. I will continue showing what and how I do. So for now we have this part, and that's it. Okay. Also remember about this motif. I believe here's this rose that goes also overlaps with the with our, like that. So the rose that was let me see I'm trying to see if you will see my composition here. I'll take my phone. And I will find my composition here. So the leaf here, the rose also overlaps the stem, and then here it is. I put it underneath, as you see. I put it under the big stem, and you can actually take a pin and make sure to connect here, both of them with one pin. I don't know what hello came from. Somebody was calling me or something. I know I didn't call anyone. I'm trying to figure out how this leaf can go and where. Oh, okay. It goes in the wrong side, so you be careful how you construct your composition. By the way, if something overlaps and you're not sure what's going on here, you can always leave those stems out. But for now, as I can see on my composition, the stem of the leaf overlaps this one, stem of the rosebud, so that means it has to go down under the stem of the rosebud, and I guess I will leave it alone and then I will sew it later, so it's underneath. So for now I will just leave it the way it is, like that. So continue creating the composition. I will come back because my camera will stop on 20th minute and I will not be able to finish my video the way I want. So we will stop here. I will continue my next lessons and post them in the group, and I will continue make the composition. I will show you later. Okay.